Hey guys, welcome back to Halloween Horror, and this is the first animatronic I'm unboxing for 2020. And just so you guys know, if you guys want to see 3 animatronics, then go donate to the PayPal link down below in the description, and I will most likely be getting Ellie Hatchet. But if I get enough money from donations or I find some other way to get more money, then I'll get the Nightcrawler too. But I'm gonna start the unboxing video now. And it should have already played. So yeah, in the box they just have the original Spirit Halloween packaging with just the slide out stuff. So first we have the clothes here, and then under that they also have, like, not really called the module, I guess, whatever makes it pop out. But we have the 2 hands and arms, and they're actually kind of squishy. It's kind of weird. It's not like rubber. It's like plastic, but it's kind of squishy. And here's the 20-pound weight, and that's very important that you have it on. Here's the head. And the head looks pretty cool. It's just kind of like hard plastic on it, and you just screw it in on the bottom to the pole. Here's the shoulder bracket, the instructions, and the shoulder shaping piece. And in here they also have the adapter, and the like sound thing control box, and it's taped or glued to the box, so it's kind of hard to get it out. And I'm just cutting off the things that are holding together the wood thing. And they are kind of difficult to get scissors under there too, because they're so tight. And this one was just holding on the poles. So yeah, here's the poles. There should be 3 of them. And one of them won't be labeled. One of them will be labeled B, and one of them will be labeled A. And the other one that's not labeled will just go in the middle. And here's the actual wooden piece that makes the Hauntress fall. Or not really fall, but the plastic piece doesn't look like it'll fall that far, although I know it does. It just doesn't look like it. Like there's much room for that thing to fall, for this plastic thing to fall over. And also here is the rest of the box that has the control box and the adapter. And they were really hard to get out, and they're actually glued on. You can see the glue on here. And it's kind of hard to get off. But here's everything that it should come with. There should be 2 arms, the shoulder piece, the sandbag, and it should be 20 pounds. And the module, I guess, whatever that's called, the clothes, the 3 poles, the control box, the head, and the instructions. And I also wanted to point out, if your Hauntress doesn't come in this packaging, I know that mine was brand new because I got there the second day the stores open, and they barely had anything set up. And I asked the manager if they had one, and they said yes, we set one aside because they were going to set it up that day, but I ended up buying it instead. So I know that that one was brand new. So if it doesn't come in that, then it was returned. I saw one by HTJ Halloween, and he got really confused because, well, not really confused, but I don't think he really knew that it was returned, because it didn't come in, like, the instructions weren't in plastic, and the adapter was in the box, but a lot of the things, like the head, came attached to the shoulder piece, and that's not supposed to happen. But here's the adapter and the control box inside, and it should also have springs, zip ties, and the IR sensor. But yeah, if your Huntress doesn't come exactly the way this one did, then, or very similar or close to it, then it was returned. But that foam thing was just protecting the volume thing. There's the IR sensor. and the zip ties and screws. Here's the spring. And the control box. And there's some Velcro on the side, and it feels very, not the Velcro, but the control box feels very cheap. Like, it feels very hollow inside. It just doesn't feel very high quality at all. Although the Hauntress is a very good price. This is definitely a big seller this year. And there's the spot for the IR sensor, the step pad, the adapter, and the volume control thing on the side. So first you're going to take the poles and snap them together until you see that silver thing pop out and you hear the click. And at first I was kind of confused because it doesn't really clarify which pole, if A or B is supposed to go on the bottom. But if you look at the pictures, they have the hooks, the spring attached to the hook, so B should be on the bottom. And you have to keep pushing it in there. It could be a little difficult to get in there, but you have to wait until you hear the snap. And then I don't remember if I did this, but you do have to screw this pole in once you put it in. I don't remember if I screwed it in though. I don't think I did, because it did have a lot of extra screws. But just attach the spring, and I found it's easier to go on to the pole first and then the hook on the wood. It's a lot easier to do it that way. But next I'm going to put the shoulder bracket on, and you just slide it on top of that and screw it on. And I actually forget to screw it on because I was kind of just looking at the pictures. But then the pictures just kind of got confusing and I started reading it. So you do have to put the screws on at this point. But the next step after that is to put the arms in, and make sure you have the arms facing the right way. You don't want it to look weird and deformed. So the thumbs should be facing each other. And next is to put the shoulder shaper on, I guess, whatever this thing's called. It just kind of shapes the shoulders. Yeah, this is when I remembered or started to read the instructions and screwed it on. You're actually supposed to do that before, but... And you do it on the front and the back, but I just edited out the back part because you couldn't really see it. But yeah, now you put on the shoulder piece and you have to zip tie them on, and it was a little difficult to get them through the holes and out the other end. You can see I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting the zip ties through. And then you're going to put it in on the other side and make sure those zip ties are tight too. And then after you put the zip ties on, you're going to want to get scissors and cut off the tops, because it's going to like not poke out of the clothing, but like make a little weird shape in the clothing if you leave them on. So I'd recommend cutting them off. But the next part is to put the head on. And this is where it starts to get tricky from now on. You have to put the head on, and it's very, very difficult to get the screws on the head. I had a very, very hard time doing that. Actually, I might have forgotten to put the part of me screwing in the head, but you do have to do that, and I do remember doing it because I remember having a very hard time. And the clothing was the most difficult part for me because the back has basically, like, it's not really a dress. The back part is basically completely torn, and you have to Velcro it together, and that really confused me, and it was very tough to get the arms through the sleeves. Also, I found it's best to get the to put like the screws on the end of the screwdriver to put the head on, because they're magnets, they'll stick together, and just put it on the end of the screwdriver and try to get it in there that way and aim it. But I finally got the arms through, and next you're gonna put the Velcro on the base and plug in the wires. And I couldn't really tell which way it was supposed to go because it would be pretty weird for the speaker to be facing the one part that's not open. So I don't know why they didn't put the speaker over, or the control box over. But it didn't affect the audio at all. So I think it was supposed to go that way. Plus, it would be weird if you couldn't get to the controls and you'd have to take it off. But yeah, plug the wires in. And then plug the adapter in, but don't plug it in yet. And I actually turned it on here because I didn't want to have to go under there. So yeah, plug in everything you want here: the step pad, the remote, try me button, adapter, and IR sensor, whatever you're using at this point. And then after that, you're gonna Velcro the back of the clothing together, put the sandbag on, and just fix it up a little to make it look better. But yeah, the Velcro or the IR sensor doesn't have a particular spot it's supposed to go in, and I did notice that in stores now when I was watching store tour videos that they actually like run the IR sensor through the theme and put it up and stick it to the side of the theme, because it wouldn't, like, you can't really stick the IR sensor on the hand because this prop is really meant to be hidden behind like a wall and then pop out. But I have a store tour video coming next on Wednesday, and you'll see that the Hauntress is not like over behind the corner, because apparently they've had problems with the Hauntress popping out and hitting people, and they don't want to get sued. So your Hauntress might be off, or it might just be out to the side. But it would make a little sense to put like a danger sign like they do with Ellie Hatchet, because hers say falling box or falling axe. And also the face detail on here is very different from the box and the pictures. So here's a comparison here. It looks a lot better and darker and creepy in the picture on the website and the box, but then otherwise it's not. But here's the demo.